People always ask me, Penny Mustard, how'd you name it Penny Mustard?
When Ben and I were kids, and all of our brothers were kids, our parents paid us a penny a plant to pick wild mustard plants out of the hay fields and cornfields and oats fields and stuff that we had on the farm.
The weed killer of the time was your hands. You went out and you pulled weeds you didn't like. You hoed gardens, you hoed fields. This is how it was done. You cultivated.
Our dad and mom were very proud of everybody else's hay fields were filled with this yellow weed. Ours weren't. There was a lot of care in doing things the right way. But when you did something, if you didn't do it right, you had to do it again. You understand that job doesn't end at 5 o'clock and it doesn't start at 8 a.m. It starts when the work needs to be done and it ends when the work is done. It's not about doing a job, it's not about getting paid, it's about accomplishing something.
Well, to open our furniture store, we needed money. We needed inventory and just operating money for a while until we could get to the point of breaking even. I had owned 7 cows at the time, and I sold them to my oldest brother.
We had to raise as much money as we possibly could to do what we needed to do. I had a motorcycle I sold, and then I had a pretty nice snowmobile that I had bought when I was in high school, because our parents paid us when we were on the farm to work, and when we worked hard.
I was left with a car, and he was left with a car, and neither one were much of cars.
We bought a van from someone in Eau Claire to do our deliveries with. We put all the stuff we owned in the van. My queen mattress we strapped to the top of the van with twine strings, and we headed down the interstate, just Ben and I. We needed a sign for our store, and we were looking at talking to a couple different sign companies.
We were looking to purchase a sign that was probably worth 5 times the car that we were driving to get there.
And we got there and parked. The car wasn't starting very good, so I ended up parking the car on a hill on an incline, so I knew that we could push start it to get it going again when it was time to leave.
We're feeling a little bit, like this big in there at this place, right? Big fancy operation, top-notch work. We go back to the car and I got all these windows lined up in front of the parking lot, and we had parked kind of right in front. So we get in the car and everything's good, and Arvid goes to start the car. Nothing. He looks at me, I look at him, and I'm thinking, you're gonna make me get out and push this car across the parking lot. You know that salesman and the owner of this place are standing in that window looking out right now. I jumped out of the car, got in front, pushed it across the parking lot. He had it in gear and popped the clutch, and it started, jumped in, and away we went. We were pinching every penny we could pinch. Even, going to the grocery store, we were buying bologna and bread. We built our own walls in our first several stores. We did, I didn't know anything about drywall, sheetrock, mudding, taping, but we learned in a hurry. A few days there when we opened them, we'd worked so many hours that we never even bothered going to our apartment to sleep.
We simply carried my mattress in the back door and whatever other stuff we had, our personal stuff, and we hung it up in the store and we went to work. Penny Mustard does what it does because we really have a belief in selling a product that's better than everybody else's. Our goal has always been to beat our competitor, sell something better at a fair price. We've always wanted to sell something that people can be proud to own, that people are happy with, that people are going to have for a long time.
Our furniture is a better value because of the local sourcing. When you have furniture made outside of America, and the further you go from the ending consumer, the more levels it has to go through to get to that consumer, the more shipping it has to go through to get to that consumer, and those levels of markup and those levels of shipping, it's all waste. It doesn't do anything to improve the quality of the product. A very big part of why I do what I do, why I get out of bed and I'm excited to come to work, and why I'm excited to push Penny Mustard forward, is seeing our builders, visiting our builders, and seeing these American craftsmen proud of what they do, painstakingly assembling furniture. Very few furniture retailers are here buying American-made furniture. I really love the fact that we support these American jobs, these American families. These guys are raising their children, putting them through school, putting food on the table because of us.
The stuff we sell is going to be on Antique Roadshow someday. and we're all going to be gone. But it'll still be here. It'll outlive me.
Times that I do gleam on the inside with pride is when I bump into customers that own our furniture. And customers that not own our furniture for 2 weeks or 6 months, but customers that owned our furniture for 15 years. They're raving about how well it still works and how everything's still great and how they still love it.
I did a little math on the generations in our family, and it turns out that 8 generations in our family was 287 years. And so we decided that my descendants, my family, will stand behind this furniture for 8 generations.
Long after I'm gone, furniture that I had a part of creating, it's still going to be enjoyed by somebody.